Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My name is Hamza Fadal Abbas. I am a PhD student at Azman Hashim International Business School at UTM University. I would like to thank all the participants and all who joined the workshop. This workshop is brought to you by ISS IRAQ, International Student Society Iraq, and it is for postgraduate students, most of them for master and PhD. So this activities, it is a volunteer work. It's all helping the new students who want to pursue their study as as a master and a PhD student. So here, for me, I'm still studying here. I'm just want to giving you my experience and what I had through from it. Okay, and I hopefully this will be helpful for all of you, inshallah. Okay. All right. So let's start. So how to write a research paper? Okay. So this is really important. So this session, it will be not too long. Okay, it will be short session and will be helpful. So you have to understand what is the message of writing. Okay, so you write to communicate and contribute information that you feel is important. All right. And papers and thesis have also they have typical structure and content, so it will be different. All right, and thesis gives more room to develop argument and to write well. You have to understand and there will be a mentor or a supervisor or reviewer he guiding you during your writing, if it was a thesis or it was a paper, research paper. Okay, so the outline is divided to what are the motivations, and also you should when you should write a paper, what are the type of papers, and how reviewer evaluate uh, how reviewer evaluate your papers. Okay, paper structure and thesis structure. Okay. Okay, so first of all, we have to ask ourselves, what is the motivation of writing? Why we want to write? Okay, so as long as you are a scientist, okay, as long as you are a researcher, you have to put it in your mind, what is the knowledge in your field? Okay, so when you want to disseminate or you want to distribute your knowledge amongst other researchers community, you have to understand that you need to write. You need to give your own argument. Okay? So, purpose of scientific paper. What are the purpose? There are two purposes. To communicate to the community. We are talking about the normal community you live in and also the academic community. Okay? And also to contribute to the advancement of knowledge. You have to know, because when you are doing a research paper, your paper or your thesis should be really informative and unique, and also have a validity and solid work. Okay, this is very important when you're doing so. So that's why your supervisor, when he asking you, you have to do you have to find a research gap. Okay, so this is the idea about research gap. You have to find something different, something no one worked on it before. Okay, something unique and something has a novelty. All right, so this is the most important thing, the motivation of writing. This is the idea about. Okay, let's move on. uh Sorry. Okay. So in writing, you have to understand who is your audience and how you would classify them. So the product of a research, you have to know the audience. Give you a potential wide audience. Who is the audience? The other researcher. Okay, because you are a researcher, you want other researcher to also write your work, right? So in this case, what you have to looking for, you have to know who is your researcher and who is your audience, that they have the same interest of what you have, or the same field you are work in. Okay, so research specialists you have to know, and also depend on what you publish. Okay, so there's another perspective when you're doing writing. Okay, there's called archival. Archival is mean something like documentation. Okay, that's mean your paper, it should be available online or offline for all the participants, for all academic community, for other students. It should be available. So right now, because we have internet, so this is very important to put in your mind, that you can use many platforms helping you to disseminate your papers and your research online, and it will be available for other students. Okay, this is also important. And some downside from what you are doing, or let's say the disadvantage, sometimes you said is a risky work. What is mean? That means sometimes you make a very long journey, or let's say very long paper, and take many time from you, a lot of time. In that case, maybe you did you did months of working, and at the end, you will send the paper to a journal, and the journal will say to you, okay, your paper is rejected. Okay, maybe you will feel disappointed. Maybe you will feel like you had working for a long time and you didn't make any progress. It's normal. As a PhD student, most of them, as a PhD student, is really normal when you try to make your paper accepted in really high quality journals. Okay, it's take time. So what you have to be more motivated, and encouraging yourself to pursue your research and pursue doing the comments and doing the modifications according to the reviewer. This is important. Don't surrender and say, oh, this paper is not being accepted, okay, I will not send it any. No, it's okay, you can send your paper to other journals as well. So one of the things of writing, this is happen normal. So but don't surrender, keep trying, and I'm sure you will do it. Okay. Okay, so we have to know when we should to write a paper. Okay, you have to put in, you have to understand that if you want to like to have something important enough to share with others, you have new ideas. So the paper should be novel. Okay, that means has different ideas from others. Ideas haven't exposed before, and for in the other researchers and the previous studies, and also have a different facts and data. And you have to looking for also reviewers that to check your paper. So the major result milestone completed. So the results of the papers, and can articulate the research. You should have also very important clear problem statement. You have to have contributions and also future research. Okay, so there is another question we have to ask ourselves: when you should not write a paper. Okay, maybe we face this a lot. Some people they're doing for the wrong reason. Maybe they want to increase their publication count. Okay, to for their CVs. It's okay. All of us, we have to do this. Okay, but don't put this as a priority. Your priority, you have to do a solid work, a novel paper. It has a strong novelty. Then it's okay. You can check for an increase in publication account. You're looking for to be fame in your academic community. Okay, and also to participate it in a conference and so on. Okay, so also bad papers will reflect on you badly. So try to avoid writing bad papers. Okay, write a solid, strong paper. by considering other, I mean, your supervisor will helping you during this. Okay, great. So now let's talk about the type of papers. Okay, so we have to understand what type of paper, of research paper there. So there is application, which is talk pure research or applied research. Most of the human science, like me, I can use mix pure and applied, because the pure probably more related in uh, and knowledge sharing and knowledge literature review, and applied when you do it like other studies like physics and chemistry, they have to do experiments and so on. Okay, and the objectives, there is a descriptive research, there is exploratory research, explanatory, and correlation research. There's different type of research. It depends on which research you are do. And also the inquiry mode, which is the quantitative and qualitative, and there's a mixed mode. So as you see here, this structure giving you an idea about the type of papers, and you can do quantitative, you can do qualitative, and you can do both of them, which is called mixed mode. So for me, I'm specialist in quantitative, so I completely different from qualitative. Okay, so when you choose your supervisor, you have to put in your mind at the first time, do you will are you planning to do your research as a quantitative research or qualitative research? If you want to do a quantitative research, you have to look for a supervisor who is a specialist in quantitative. Okay, and you have if looking for qualitative, also the same, you have to check for and looking for a supervisor for has a qualitative, he is a specialist in a qualitative method. Okay, this is for the beginners, for the first semester, second semester PhD student, especially the first semester. This is also really important, and many people they get mistake, many students they fall in this mistake, they choose the wrong supervisor, and then they will face a lot of troubles and obstacles ahead when they pursue their study. Okay, so now we have to ask ourselves how reviewer evaluate papers, because when you write a paper, there's a reviewer. The reviewer maybe will be your supervisor, maybe you will be your co-author, you will be your colleagues, your friend, okay, and also reviewer in the journal. All of them, they are a reviewer, okay. They are considered as a reviewer, but the most difficult reviewer who is the one working in the journal, okay, because they are really strict. They have a guidelines and you have to follow, so you have to put it in your mind. So the purpose to reviewing, why they do that? Because they want to check the quality of your paper. It is good or it is bad, okay? And also check the topic of your paper and what the area or the specialist area you are work in, okay? They consider contribution of your work in the general area, and also to kind of like evaluate comprehensively your work in on their field. Okay, very good. So what are the typical, now let's talk about the typical questions on a reviewer form. Okay, probably they briefly summarize the paper, they give you some headlines when you write a paper. What type of paper? Is there new things you already add in your field? Okay, has it been done before, or still new or unique and novel work? Okay, and also it is like can be republished, it should be not republished, it should be an unique work and haven't published before. Okay, so also there is the significance. The significance, it's also giving you an idea about is there any significance of your work. It's also important, and would use it stimulate further work in this area. You when you choose a topic, it should be like a trendy, okay? No, don't use and choose very old topic that's is already gone and already there is no new studies has been concentrate on it. Okay, try to avoid this, and try to concentrate and focus on trendy topic that's many papers, many research papers that are interested in, and many researchers that are doing a lot of research on it. This is important. Don't choose topic is already old, okay, already has been done before. Try to avoid that. How are you doing that? When you're doing the literature review, as I mentioned, the last workshop, I told you do a tabulation and take the last 5 years research paper in your field. Don't put more than 5 years, okay? Don't looking for like 2014, 13, or 12, and so on. 15 and up, 15, 8, until 20, 21, 2020 or 2021, okay? Very good. So let's move on. So now let's talk about the difference between thesis and research paper. Before I move on, is everything okay? So far, so good? I need some interactive between us. So I just want to check, is everything okay? Everything clear so far? So I will move on. You can write down on chat. So we will proceed our session. Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. I'm really appreciate for all of you that you are interacting in this seminar or in this session, because it's really important for me. I want to make all of you make the easier way for you. Okay, giving you tips, giving you some advices according to my experience, because I'm still learning. Okay, I'm still learning as you are. Okay, I don't have a lot of information. I just have what I know and share it with you. Okay, good. Thank you very much for your response. So let's pursue. So the thesis is a long academic writing, okay, which is mean involve personal research. Okay, this is the thesis you are doing. Good, okay. So it is written by someone to obtain a university degree or diploma. The thesis, you do it just one in your life, okay, or maybe twice. The first, when you're doing master, maybe some universities, they don't do master, they don't do research, they do only like a mixed mode or coursework study. They don't do projects, okay. But I'm saying for PhD students, okay, as you as a PhD, you will do a thesis just once, okay. You cannot do it two thesis. Yeah, okay, so that's mean when you want to take a degree, when you want to take a PhD, you have to do a thesis just once. See? But research paper is different. Why? Because research paper is a piece of academic writing which is written as a part of the subject and do not constitute as a separate subject or module. Okay, so the research paper, it's something. Let's say it's less concentrated than a thesis, because thesis is very big, need a lot of resources, a lot of writing. But the research paper is a part, is a small part. It's also in the same field. It's important when you do research. It's more important for your CV as you work in academic field. It is important to prolong and to support your CV when you're writing research papers. Okay. So and at the same time, when you are asking for a promotion, okay, as in your field and in your position and as an employee or as a lecturer, you need also to publish in a high index journal, and you have to write the papers. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so this is also a differentiation, kind of differentiation. You can see that research paper is limited space, but thesis is unlimited space. Okay, and research paper is on specialized context, but the thesis, it will take a broad context. And also the research paper tackle with a small issue or specific question, but thesis, you have a large of questions. Okay, according to my work in my as a PhD student in human science in business administration, I have at least 4 questions in my thesis or 5 questions. So too many, you see, the thesis need many questions to be answered. Okay, and you when you're doing a research, when you're doing a thesis. Okay, so now we will enter to the paper structure, and we will move later to the thesis structure. I will give you just the headlines. What are the most important parts in each of the contents? Okay, in each of the papers and the thesis. All right, great. So, paper structure, the most important things, the first is the title. So the title is very important. It is clearly describe the subject that you are writing in. Okay, that's mean when you publish your paper, you most of the students or the researchers, they will go and check your title. They will the first thing we will see, it's a new paper, it's the title. So be very precise and very accurate by choosing your research title. So it will be catchy. That means it will attract other academic researchers, and we will make it clear for them. And it will be easily researchable. That means it could be published, and sorry, it could be doing other research on the same topic. When you're doing a future research, other students, they will come and take this is the future research, and they do another research paper. So this is all about an academic field, and this is the knowledge. It's about a sequence. It's a sequence. You do a job, and the other, and you when you do, you will contribute a knowledge. Other peoples, they will come and they will contribute a new knowledge. When you end it, they will start, and when they start, the others, they do the same. So this is a sequence. Okay, it's like a sequence. Good. Okay, so the paper structure also has an abstract. After you title, there is an abstract. Okay, so abstract, it's communicate result of the paper and also the self-contained. So the abstract, it's a place where someone can get a quick overview of your research, because when you do a research paper, most of the people, if they want to read and know what the content of the paper, they read the abstract first. They will not go to the introduction or go to read the literature review or the conclusion. No, they will concentrate on the abstract. So the abstract is fundamental part in a research paper. So you have to be smart enough to know how to deal with and how to make the structure. Okay. So most examiners, they first scan for the structure. Okay, and for the abstract, and make initial judgment about the quality of of it, and also having a concise and nicely written abstract. It is paramount and important. Okay. All right. So as you see here, this is a abstract structure. I just giving you an example. What are the structure of the abstract? So here we can say that the abstract has been divided to four main parts. Each abstract, they have let's say most of the abstract, they contain these four parts. Okay, the first paragraph, this one, it talking about the first sentence include the topic under study. Okay, you can put the purpose or the objective of the study. This is important. The second part, it's more related about the previous literature or some small background, not a big background, because the background, when you write it, you write in the new introduction about the phenomena, about your topic. Okay, so you put like a small talk about specific idea about the topic you are doing. Okay, and then you see there here in the yellow color, this is the data. So most of the qualitative and quantitative research papers, you find out there is a part in the thesis, there's a part in the abstract for the paper contain the methods and the analytic method and the analysis. Okay, they telling you what have been done here. Okay, and the end of the you see here, this is the end. This is the end of the abstract. You find out the findings Okay, what this paper has been found when they did when they did it. Okay, so the major findings for the implication and significance of the study. Okay, this is the structure. You see, objective, literature review, method, findings. See, objective, literature review, methods, findings. Each abstract should contain this structure. Okay, so you have to understand it, and you have to put it in your mind when you're doing so. Okay, great. Let's move on. So after you make up the paper structure, I mean the abstract, there is an introduction. So as I say, what is the introduction? The introduction talking about the set of scene, the background of the study, definition, the problem, and so on. Okay, this is the introductory section or introduction. Okay, then we will move to the main body. The main body is a section organized to reflect how the argument unfolds. That means each section should have a main point. Each paragraph also have a main point. So, for example, when you write a paper, you have to write down the literature review, and also you have to put the method and the results. All this they call main body, okay, of the research paper. When you finish all of this, at the end, at the bottom of the paper, there's a summary or conclusion. You have to put a summary or a nutshell of your work. Okay, so this summary telling you what you have done, and and also relate back to the general area you already work, and you can put you introducing your future work, and also you can doing you put also limitations. Okay, very good. Okay, so there's another part of the paper structure, the figures and tables. Okay, figures and tables are important because the tables, for example, they are summarizing data. You have some data you have to show them using a statistic data and so on. And for figures, also like you have conceptual framework, or you have also the snapshot or the structure of the thesis. All these parts are important, and you have to understand that most of the research paper has been accepted on this and the high index journal. They will concentrate in the paper on the tables and figures. If you illustrate the tables and figures clearly and really like a convinced way, they will accept your paper. Okay, this is one of the keys to accept your paper in a journal, in a high quality journal. Tables and figures. The paper is not, it doesn't contain only writings, only paragraphs. Should be, there's a table and a figure, and you have to be creative when you're doing them. Okay, thank you. Okay, let's move on. Then after we talk about the conclusion, at the end of the paper there will be the citation and the reference. Okay, this contain only papers cited. That means what other works you are cited from, other papers when you're doing literature review. Okay, so you have to concentrate on this because this is very important, and you have to put in your mind the style of publication. Each journal they have their own style. Okay, each journal they have their own style for writing the reference. So style of publication very important. The most important style they call it APA, American Psychological Association. Okay, APA, it is the most common citation, has been used in theses and papers. Some papers they're asking other like Chicago citation or other citation and so on, other citations. I don't remember them all. So because for me, most of the citation I worked in, it's APA, and also here in UTM University, when you write your thesis, one of the requirements when you do a citation by using Mendeley or using EndNote, you have to depend on APA. Okay, very good. Now let's move to the thesis. Okay, let's talk about the structure of the thesis. We already done from the research paper. Now let's move to the thesis. Before to move on, anyone has any question? You can write on the chat so I can answer. If you have any question regarding the papers, research paper, so I can answer it. If you don't have any question, we can move on. Okay, anyone? Okay, this. Okay, no. Others? More. So I want to know that everyone is in track with the with the session. All right, that's all. No one? Okay, sounds no one. Okay, good. That's very good. I hope it's already clear for you all. Great. So let's move on. Yeah. So the thesis, we have to understand also the format and the type setting and the length. This is important. So format, it's strictly set faculty and grade studies. So the format is very important. Last session, last workshop, I show you how you download the thesis guideline from spsutm.my. All right. So you have to follow when you write your thesis. This is very important. All right. And the typesetting. Typesetting, it's mean what do you do, how you will write. You know, most of us as a PhD students here and especially human science, we're using Microsoft Word style. It is the most popular one. But there's LaTeX. It is more related with the programmings. So because we are not a programmers, so we cannot use it. Only maybe who's studying computing. Probably they use LaTeX more than Microsoft. Okay. So also do drafts on in thesis format. When you see the thesis, the format, do drafts. Try to writing them. Okay, because when you're writing a new topic, that will be very good and will be will make you more interested and more clear of the format. Okay, the length, it's divided three major parts. Okay, Mustafa Jawad has a question. Can I use APA style with the brackets in EndNotes? Okay, I think EndNotes has the same style as Mendeley. You can use APA, but I'm not sure what about the. Of course, you can use the brackets, but as I know that both Mendeley and then and EndNote, they have APA style you can follow. All right. Akram, he said, can be explains the structure for introduction research, more details. Structure for introduction research. All right, I will answer all your questions later, guys. I will answer your question. Just let me finish the session, okay? So I can back to my slides and I can give you an idea, okay? Sorry for that because I have to continue on. So you can put your questions at the end of the session and I will answer you, okay? Thank you. All right, so let's move on. So as you see, you there is a bachelor, a master, and doctorate thesis. Okay, bachelor. This structure and length is dependent here. The thesis structure, which is here in Malaysia or in UTM. Okay, 100 pages for bachelor, 200 pages. This is the maximum range. Okay, and 200 pages for master and 300 pages is for doctorate thesis. Okay, so try to do not exceed this level. Okay, try to do it below. Okay, This is the structure. It's dependent from the University of Technology Malaysia, UTM. Okay, great. So now let's move on. And also, you have in the thesis, you have to understand that the examiner's report. So that's what is the examiner's report. The thesis should usually cover or display, use a relevant literature and techniques, and also good logic in inquiry, your research to interpretation results, and there should be on your thesis originality. And also your thesis sometimes can compare with other theses. Okay, so the thesis format is very important to follow, and structure is also important. So the thesis typical structure, the same as in the paper, but in more details. You can see the abstract, which I already mentioned what you have, and also the introduction. So the introduction set of motivation describe, you put like describe problems or showing chapter by chapter outline of the thesis. This is very important at the first when you're doing it the thesis. You have the introduction. It gives you an idea about the whole paper, the whole thesis. Okay. Also the relate work. What does mean relate work? That means the literature review. So current state, you have to synthesize the literature, looking for the framework and thinking about the area and trying to describe what the problems has been found and what is the issue in the specific topic you are working in. All right. Okay, so then you have to go to the heart of the thesis. What is the heart of the thesis? It is develop logic of inquiry, has a clear and sound argument, interpretations, okay, discussion, implication, and also the analysis part. If you have numbers, you have quantitative study, you do in the analysis part, which is chapter 4, which is called analysis, okay, study. This is important. This is also considered as the heart of the thesis. When you do all of these parts, you're finishing the chapter 1, and which has the introduction, problem statement, and so on. You move to chapter 2, which has the literature review, and chapter 3, which has the general analysis of your data. Okay, so chapter 5, it's most related about the conclusion and the further work. In my study, in my field as a business administration, we have 5 chapters we have to do in 5 chapters. So the chapter 5 giving the recommendation, okay, and what are the future work has been done. So you have to summarize the result and illustrate how to contribute in the discipline, summarize the original aspect of your work, and discuss further work that you are that other could do. Okay. Okay, reference, the last part. After you finishing the structure, you will see the reference. Reference is very important. Use a standard format reference, which is as I said, APA. I will give you an example of APA, okay? And the next slide. So here it is a APA reference. There is other style you can use or you can rely, but here in UTM, APA, it's the most popular and the most common you will be used. Okay, so APA style is the most common use in a source with a social science. Okay, this style is known as, they call 6th edition. Now they have the 7th edition. You can check the 7th edition is already released, and the students are advised to check for the latest version, as I said, of reference style and the style frequency update. So the figure below, now I will use APA to this is for Mendeley, okay, because for me as a researcher I use Mendeley most of the time. So Mendeley reference look like that. Okay, so as you see, it's divided to different colors, so you can distinguish between them. As you see here, this is the author username initial. Okay, so author username initial, that's mean the name of the author. Okay, the author and also the co-author. If you that's mean the other authors that participate in this paper. or in this research. Okay, then you put the data published, what year this data has been published. It is very important. Okay, and then title of source. So title of source, that's mean what is the title of the paper. This is here the title of the paper. Then after you finish the title of paper, you have to put the location of the publisher. That means which journal has been this paper has been published. Okay, and at the end you will using the retrieved from URL, which is the link or the DOI for the paper. Okay, so this is the structure of APA. If you follow this structure, your work it will be okay. Okay, and here and UTM, and also when you're writing other papers, or maybe other papers they follow another structure, but the most common one is this. So this is the map showing each part of the structure here, okay, of the APA style. Very good. So at the end, we can say to help you to get your thesis done, you have to write. Okay, you have to start. My recommendation, okay, for all of you colleagues and friends, you have to write from the first semester. Do drafts, okay? Just do drafts on your topic and keep them, okay? When your supervisor asking you, giving me the first chapter, the second chapter, and the third chapter, he will asking you regularly. But when you have a draft, that will helping you when you finishing your thesis, when you start writing the actual writing. So don't waste your time and stay just reading, okay? Read and write. Read and write. This is the most important style you have to follow, okay? And also tell your supervisor you would like to review papers. When you do the writing, also you have to send it to supervisor. And also when trying to you to write, you have to looking for other co-authors and co-authors who are participate with you on the paper, okay? And also have your supervisor review of writing. So start to writing now, okay? Don't late. Don't make it. Don't say tomorrow. Start today, okay? Don't waste your time. Try to make a compromise, a balancing between writing and reading. So for first semester, second semester students, PhD students, you have to do writing at the first semester. Don't worry what I have to write. Just write whatever you know on your topic. Okay. When you have these drafts, then when you start your actual writing, that will helping you a lot. Okay. It will make your writing much easier. All right. Okay, so as I said, the SPS UTM.my, this thesis preparation, it's very important to do so when you're doing your thesis. You can back to the SPS UTM.my and you have to download this from the you have to download it from their website, giving you the format or the guidelines for writing a thesis. Okay. If you want to check how you download this, you can back to my YouTube channel and you can figure out and see the last workshop video that I already shared and show how you download it. Okay, you can back and check it later. All right, good. So at the conclusion, so write to communicate. As we said, the writing is to communicate and contribute in the knowledge. And also papers and theses have typical structure. See, each one of them, they have their own structure. Then theses give more room of develop argument. That means you have a lot of discussion in thesis. In paper, you have a discussion, but less. And also you should write to convince reviewer to accept your paper. Okay, for the papers, as I mentioned, you have to make a solid work. Okay, And a good way to write well is said write, and write. All right. Good. So, and also review paper, so you are familiar with how other that's mean other reviewer work, and also work with associating and a mentor, which is your supervisor, and you can ask other students they already wrote a paper. You can back and ask them for more details. Okay, they will helping you and guiding you in the process. All right. Okay, so thank you very much. I think that's all I have today. I hope I finish it on time. Yeah, 1 hour. That's good. Okay, so thank you very much, guys and friends and colleagues and students for joining me. I hope this session uh, wasn't boring. I hope this session was informative and useful for all of you. Thank you very much. So, all right. So right now, I will start giving you a time to ask question. Just let me stop my sharing screen. All right, and just let me unmute. So anyone who can ask in a voice, you can. All right, I'm ready to answer all the questions. I know. Most welcome. All right. So first of all, let's read the questions. Okay. Like Akram mentioned that. Can you explain the structure for introduction research more detail, please? All right, Akram. The structure. Okay. Let me just back to share the screen. I will just. Okay. Just. Sorry. Yeah, the introductory part. I think this is what I mentioned. So the introduction, Akram, it's more related about how you give an idea or about the phenomena, what is going on your field. Okay, you can give one paragraph talking about an introduction, like showing what is going on in your field. Okay, don't put concept, don't put definitions. All this you can put it on the literature review when you start doing a literature review. And the introduction, giving a background about your work. Okay, and also trying to make a summary about the work and why you're doing so. And you can also put the structure and of the paper of your thesis, like chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3. We will explain this, and chapter 2 will explain this, and so on. Okay. Okay. I hope it was really clear for you. Okay. Good. Thank you. Any other question? Mustafa Jawad, most welcome. Thank you. You are welcome, Abdul Monem. Thank you, Dr.
Assalamu alaikum, Doctor.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
Thank you so much for you, Doctor. I want to ask,
yes.
Doctor, you speak about the difference between thesis and research paper.
Yes.
And research paper, you say this for publish. And my question, in my thesis, I have many parts. For example, have 4 parts for my thesis. And when I want to publish a research paper, I want say about one idea from my thesis or 2 new idea.
Okay.
But when I publish this idea, I'm not publish all my idea in my thesis, because this research paper, it's mini, not sufficient for me to say all my idea. But
good.
I have some weakness in my idea because I'm not explain all my problem statements in this research paper.
All right. So
This is
what is the question? What is your
a
question?
question.
Yes.
A question. When I make this, when I publish this my idea,
All right.
my work, the complete my work and my thesis. Can I make open challenges? I make this open challenges in my research paper, but I solve this problem in my thesis.
What do you mean? I didn't understand. What do you mean open challenges? I didn't understand. Your question is you want to say that you have an ideas and on your research on your thesis, right? And you want to
Yes.
participate or you want to take one of these ideas and publish it in a paper. You write
Yes.
them in a paper and publish
But
it.
this not complete idea because I have solved in this idea
It's
and
okay.
next idea it's all, yeah, you know.
It's okay
Something not
because
an arrangement
I
because
understand.
my idea it is step by step I solve this problem by this idea.
I understanding you. You try to say that the idea that you are already take it from your research paper, from your thesis,
Yeah.
and you want to turn
Yeah,
it
yeah.
to be a research paper. The idea, when you take it or that knowledge there, you have to. It's okay to separate it from the thesis because I know it's a part, but in research paper there is a different types you can write. Okay, there is a review paper, there is a systematic review paper, there's a conceptual paper. If you take this idea and you want to make it as a review paper, you can do it, no problem. A review paper in that problem specifically, okay, in your thesis. Or you can use other type of papers like so doing a conceptual paper. If you are studying, you have a concept paper, I mean conceptual paper, which is a model, and you have variables. I don't know what is your field, but I'm talking from my perspective. Okay, I'm talking about my what I'm. What is your domain?
I am chemistry, PhD chemistry.
Chemistry. Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, the main ideas, the main structure is all the same most of the fields. But what I'm saying that if you take any knowledge or any idea and you want to publish it, is okay, no problem. You can do it so. Even if you want to doing a review paper, this will helping you when doing a review paper. Review paper, that's mean you have to back to the other research paper and the tabulation. I don't know if you attend the last workshop. We talk about the tabulation. You put the year, you put the author's name, and you put
No.
the details. Okay, if you didn't attend the last workshop, you just go back to the. I already shared on the group, on the YouTube channel, and you can
Okay,
check
I
it
will go
there.
back.
Okay, if you have any questions,
Okay,
also
thank you.
you can ask me on the group or
Thank
you
you.
can send me by email. Okay. Okay.
Thank you. Thank
Wish
you
you
so much,
best of
Doctor.
luck.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome. You're welcome. Thank you
Thank
very
you
much.
so much.
Thank you. All right. Thank you very much. And okay, so there's Raed has a question. He said, "What is the difference between inquiries and results?" Uh, okay. I believe, according to my knowledge, as far as I know, that results is related what you have found when you're doing the research. Okay. In inquiries, I think the inquiries here it's more related like what is the um like representing. I believe it's representing what are the recommend the requirements you need it. So what are the requirements or the things you have to follow when you write a thesis or you write a paper? Okay, so when you most of the work and thesis and paper they follow results as a term. Okay, I'm talking as a term, not inquiries. Okay, you have to follow the results, only using results when you're writing thesis and paper. I hope this answer will be enough for you, because the meaning probably it's not really clear for me, but don't mix results as different from an inquiry. So try to depend on results only. All right, thank you. Okay, so let's see any other questions we have. Thank you very much, all of you guys. Okay, thank you. Okay, I think that's it. So any other questions, guys? I think that's all. All participants, they don't have any questions. All right, let me stop sharing my screen. Thank you very much for all of you. I think we finished the session. So thank you. I'm thankful for all of you today. I hope this session was really clear and informative and comprehension for all of you. And thank you for your attendance and for you waiting. And I really appreciate your time, because this session at the end, we're trying to helping students as much as we can. And hopefully we doing good things, inshallah. And this session, it will be available also, like the last session, online with the slides. Okay, and in the same time, inshallah, will be the last workshop of this month. Okay, for March. Inshallah, next month on April, and we will start doing we will start doing the other research, other workshops, inshallah. All right. So any other questions, Akram? Yeah, I think I already participate. Let me just share. Just let me share the YouTube channel here. So so it will be more available for all. Just 1 minute, please. All right. Let's see. Okay, guys. So this workshop, all the participants who are as a UTM students, it will consider for them as an activity for them. Okay, on their own platform. All right. Just let me. Just back to my here to share. All right. Okay. All right. So I don't know. The internet is a little weak here. I'm sorry for that. Okay. I will share. I will share. Just 1 minute. Oops. Sorry. Okay. So this is the channel. I will share the last session workshop. Maybe it will be. Oh, sorry for that. All right, I'm sorry, guys, for let you waiting. Okay, so all right, I will come back to you now. Thank you for your patience. All right, okay, I share now for all. Okay. Okay, I share the YouTube channel. You can follow it, and if you have any question. Okay, Wyatt, he has other question. Okay, Akram, I think the YouTube channel is already here. You can check it. Okay. So also, Wyatt, say what is the difference between conclusion and results? Well, results, it's part of the conclusion, okay? Because the conclusion, sorry. I mean the results. The results. It's after you finishing the results, you have all results. You have to conclude what you have found. Okay, you make a nutshell and make a statement saying that and notify that what you have found from the results you have. So it's different. So results come first, then conclusion. All right. I hope this answer will enough for you. All right. Okay. So any more questions? No more questions. Okay. So, okay, I think that's it. Just let me take a snapshot for the attendance, because this is will add them on as a participant. Just let me just 1 second, please. Okay, we'll turn on the chat. Okay. Let's say just take the participants' names. Thank you for that you enter to the session by all your names. This is really important. Thank you guys for your patience, for your time. All right, and I think that's all right. One more thing. All right, just one snapshot. Okay. All right, I already keep now. Okay, thank you. So, any other questions? All right, I think that's it. Thank you. Okay, thank you very much, guys, for your time. Inshallah, we will have another session, and we will announce that on our group, Iraqi students group. Okay, thank you for your time, and I hope that this session was useful for all of you, inshallah. Okay, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.